Hello guys, welcome to my video after being dead for like 8 months or so. But anyway, I'll be ranking every Piggy Book one chapter, well, excluding the to the memory. But don't worry, I will mention it when we get to the spot I would have put it in. So without further ado, let's get started with the ranking.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So for the 12th spot on the list, you would think that I would put chapter 8 because it's the easiest chapter on the game and no one likes playing it. But it's not the worst chapter on the game because that honor goes to chapter 3. I think chapter 3 is just a disappointment of a chapter. Like, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, going for the chapter. It's so dull and so boring. Again, this chapter shares a lot of things that chapter 8 has, but the only reason why I think chapter 8 is not last place is just because of the story, because that chapter has like a good story. But in the contrary, chapter 3 just has nothing. Like, you can remove it from the story and literally nothing, and I mean nothing, would change. Another thing that the chapter doesn't have for it is the map design, because, well, I give it this. The chapter is easily one of the best looking ones from book 1, but the thing is, it is pretty hard to look on that because it's just too tight, way too tedious, and there's almost no room for running because the piggy is always constantly chasing you in a very tight space, which can be annoying. Also, I like the missing posters that the chapter has. I mean, it's pretty fun and it adds a lot of lore to it. Wait, what do you mean that they removed them back in 2020? So, let's go to the next chapter on the list.
Huh? Okay, so you might be confused on why chapter 8 is not last place. I mean, how could I not put it in last? Let's go with the bad things first. The map design is so bad, it's just an open square. Like, it's just a square. It makes it difficult for Piggy to just catch someone, making it way too easy for the survivors to escape. This is also the reason of why this chapter is the most played chapter on the game, which has gotten me and other players tired of not only the map but to playing in public servers in general. But now, the reason I think this chapter is better than chapter 3 is because of, as I've previously said, the story. The story this chapter provides is actually very good. Like, the fact that you get to meet Cece and Pony in this chapter already makes it better than the entirety of chapter 3. Plus, although it doesn't deserve this title, it is easily the most influential chapter on the game. Please don't be mad at me for not putting this last place. I mean, it has last place material, but like, it does not deserve to be it because chapter 3 exists. There's nothing to say about chapter 5, to be honest. Like, the map is just 3 squares. In fact, the chapter is so boring that I'm going to talk about some random facts about this chapter. Did you know that the teacher used to have the wrong ear and horn anatomies until they fixed it on the skin update on like the revamp thing? Like, yeah, that's cool. Fact number 2. In this chapter, we get to meet Mr. P and Bunny, which is cool, since Mr. P is the villain of book 1 and Bunny is so cool in fact that she got 2 character-focused chapters before any other book 1 character, which is cool. And fact number 3. Thanks for hearing all of my facts. No, seriously, the chapter is so boring and so uninteresting that I decided to go full-on improvise mode with the facts and stuff. In fact, the chapter was so boring that let's just move on to the next entry on this list. I'll make this quick. Chapter 1 serves its purpose as a chapter to introduce you to the game. It teaches you some key features and mechanics without making it look complex. It's simplistic, sure, but it's not bad simplistic like chapter 8 and not irrelevant to the story like chapter 3. This just serves its purpose well, which is being the chapter that introduces you to the game. And it's pretty iconic because that's one of the maps that most people have discovered and started playing on with this game. I got nothing else to say really, so let's move on.
Oh, baby!
expecting a tie, don't you? Get rated. Well, chapters 2, 4, and 6 approach things differently, but somehow they ended up being tied. So we have to talk about 3 categories to determine the placements. I don't like chapter 4's map design. I just generally think that open areas are too boring and very easy, even with the treehouse counting. Chapter 6 is narrow, difficult, and entertaining to me all the way. Chapter 2 is a mix of both openness and narrowness, so I'll just give the point to chapter 6 for this category. Chapter 2 and chapter 6 have kind of similar stories in which you leave or get abandoned on a place with someone you met previously, while chapter 4 straight up kills Doggy, which later on would have a larger impact on the story, and you led up to it by meeting Mr. P via walkie-talkie. So, point to chapter 4 in this category. It wins. Let's start with chapter 2. I like chapter 2, mainly because it doesn't try too much and often simplicity is what I like on a map. Chapter 6 on the other hand, while I enjoy it, I personally don't have any strong opinions going either way. Then it's chapter 4. I think chapter 4 is kind of whatever, and that is without the treehouse taking into consideration, which all of you know that the treehouse is annoying in general, so point to chapter 2 for this one. Damn, we are still in a tie. All chapters are first on each category. But to decide a real winner, I'll just say whatever I'm feeling today, I don't care. Number 8, chapter 4, mainly because of the treehouse being annoying. Then at number 7, we have chapter 2, which is solid, and for it being the second ever chapter is a hell of an accomplishment. And at number 6 is, conveniently enough, chapter 6, mainly because it's just cool and I overall enjoy playing this chapter more than the other 2. So yeah, that's the ranking. If you wonder where I was for the last year or so, I was just lazy and also some inconveniences happened when I was making another ranking video, which, by the way, will be the next video I put out on the channel. And when I release that, I will then finish part 2 of this video. But again, thanks for staying tuned and thanks for watching the video, and I hope you're having a great time.